welcome to this unboxing video because I came home to a locked library box. Yeah, so here we are with our wonderful little envelope. So November's book for the locked library is The Ancient Game by Lonnie Crittenden. I hope I said that right. And it looks quite gladiator-y, sort of with this bit. I don't think it's set in the same era though. That's what it is. And on the back. And for its sprayed edges, it is quite plain, but it looks quite like smoky and fiery, and it is bright orange. And this is what the naked hardcover looks like. It says, "Is your world broken, little thing?" And of course it always has these all line up, by the way, so you could have your naked hardbacks sat, although what you would do with these to keep them safe and comfortable, I don't know. But yeah, these all line up, so if you have your naked hardcovers just sat on your shelf, all these keys are all in one line. Oh, and it actually has a map. Its map is the end pages. Ooh, did you hear that crack? And it's the same map on the back of it as well. It does have, so a lot of library books, they're not signed by the authors, but you do get a author letter. And you get the map again on the inside, although with it being on the inside, I don't know why they didn't pick something else for the end pages. Because, I mean, that's the map 3 times now. And I don't think you really need it that much as I love maps. And the writing, the print is quite big. I don't know whether you can see that or not, so it's not going to be a hard read. So let's go for the blurb. The city of Riz is crumbling and Kellen will do anything to save the ones she loves. 16-year-old Kellen de Quivier, oh dear God, is the descendant of traitors. She never knew her family or which of them betrayed the Isle of Nansu. Like all people of her class orphaned after the war, Kellen is forbidden from carving magic into metal, a trade known as makecraft. But Kellen has a secret. In the wake of a tragic miscarve, she's been helping her adoptive father Edgar run his celebrated make shop. With Edgar's condition worsening, his shop is on the brink of ruin. To save them both, Kellen strikes a dangerous deal. She must compete against the nation's elite for a coveted spot as a maker's apprentice. But danger lurks at every turn. As Kellen grows closer to the illegitimate son of one of Nansu's most revered families, something sinister begins targeting the competitors. Amid a crumbling city and a ticking clock, winning won't just be a test of survival, it will mean uncovering the shrouded legacies of Nansu itself. It does sound interesting, sort of like a cross between Gladiator and the Hunger Games. If I sound like I'm not that enamoured, that's because I'm not that enamoured at the moment with the locked library. And I'll put this down because it's not this book's fault. So the locked library have a brand new subscription called The Forbidden Wing, and it's going to be primarily romantasy books. That's romance and fantasy, or fantasy and romance, whichever takes priority. And we got our first box I think it was last week or the week before. I think it was just last week. And you can find that unboxing video up here somewhere. So I decided, because it's a new book subscription service, that I needed to read that book next. So I did. Kind of. Because the book is The Raven by Helen Glynn Jones. And I didn't know it going in. I don't look at reviews on Goodreads until I find there's a problem with the book or until I've finished it. And I started it. I started it last night and I got... How far did I get? Where's my bookmark? Oh, here we go. I got this far into it. I think it's about 100 pages. And I just couldn't. I just could not anymore. I'm trying not to be too harsh It's trash. It's utter tripe. It reads like it was written for preteens. It's not even young adult, because I would say young adult is like what, 15, 16, 17, up and above, around that. This reads like it was written for 10-year-olds, and the only reason it has made itself into a book box or as a YA book, I'd have to check whether it's on, I don't even know what it's on what it's under on Goodreads, so I will have to check. Right, so on Goodreads it's listed as fantasy, vampires, romantasy, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, fiction, young adult. Young adult I can handle. Preteen crap, no. And the only reason, as I was saying, I think the only reason that this got included in the book box is because it has a smut scene in it to raise the age demographic. It didn't serve any purpose. It was just plodded in there for no reason that I could think of. So I got 100 pages in and I thought, this is not getting any better. I skipped to the end to see if, if it started redeeming itself. It didn't. It was awful. It was predictable. It was crap. And this is going straight on eBay. With it being a new book subscription service, if I don't like the next one, then it's getting cancelled. Because there are better things that I can spend my money on than tripe like this. It's pretty. It's pretty. Don't get me wrong. It is pretty. But you can only polish a turd for so long before it starts smelling. And it's not going to happen. Absolutely, absolutely not. So yeah, that is getting sold. So I'm not really enamoured with the Lot Library at the moment. Hopefully they can play it out of the bag, or that'll be getting cancelled as well. Because there are other book boxes which are hitting it out of the park a lot more for me at the minute. But yeah, that was my unboxing video. A little bit negative to what I usually would, but I don't like DNFing books. I mean, I'll DNF them, but I don't like doing it. It feels like a failure.